Who is ready for another awesome varnishing video? Now this is an awesome wildflower painting in acrylics that I had created. It is on a 12 by 16 pre-assembled wood panel board, and it's made of kind of like a pallet wood type of texture. So there's multiple boards that are kind of like seamed together by two pieces on the back, and we painted this amazing, beautiful acrylic wildflower painting. Now that can be found on my YouTube channel if you'd like to see that painting video. I'll also link that at the very end of this video. Now recently I've been challenging myself to create different types of varnishing videos. Now recently I've been using a lot of Liquitex Satin. It's probably my go-to as far as clarity of varnish when it's applied to the canvas or the piece of art that I'm working with. And I'll probably do some experiments with different types of varnish. I'll probably do some matte and some glossy here in the near future of this playlist. I will also link the playlist to all my varnishing videos in the info card above, so you can check that out. I am doing a vertical varnish here. Again, this is something I'm challenging myself to do. So there's so much wood texture on these pieces of wood, even after painting and applying multiple layers of paint to this, that as I go up and down with my brush here, I'm really just pushing the varnish into the wood grain and wood texture. It has a lot of striations in it and little nooks and crannies for that varnish to really settle into. When it's all said and done, the Liquitex varnish settling into all of those grooves of the wood really does pop, and it really does look very appealing. So we're just going to go ahead and just gently apply a few drips here and there, and then just go around the canvas and just move it and push it into all of those nooks and crannies where we need it to be. This is really just supposed to be a fun process, and there's really nothing stressful about varnishing any type of painting unless you're doing some kind of like heavy duty varnish. But this is like a more of a water based varnish, which is just a lot easier to work with. As we finish up the front side here, we will also get to the sides as well. I did kind of base coat those edges of the canvas there with a little bit of a titanium white, just to kind of bleach those out a little bit. I did get a little bit of paint over spray and painting on the edges, and I just kind of cleaned those up a little bit. It made them look a little bit more appealing. But I will varnish those as well, just really lock in that titanium white that I had painted there also. It may just be because these are such vibrant colors, and a lot of times I am painting more dark and dingy type of paintings and dioramas and things like that. And just having this much eye-popping brightness on a canvas here in my studio just is really cool and really fun. And I've had this painting in my mind for quite a long time, and I saw some references in my mother's house, as well as she has a nice wood painting that she hangs on the front gate of her new home. And I was thinking to myself, maybe I'll do something similar for that for the Carolina Classic Fair. So this is my wooden painting on wood entry for the Carolina Classic Fair for 2024. So you will be able to find this also in the 2024 Carolina Classic Fair entries playlist on my YouTube channel. So as I challenge myself to create new forms of art moving forward, you'll find those in different playlists on my YouTube channel. I hope to at least enter maybe 6 to 7, maybe hopefully 8 entries into the Carolina Classic Fair this year. And that maybe will also include maybe 1 or 2 photos, a colored photo as well as a black and white photography photo as well. As we're going to go ahead and apply a little bit of texture, one of the challenges that I had mentioned in the painting video is I wanted to try to start building up a little bit of textured layer with the varnish, just experimenting, having some fun. I could also do this with maybe like a medium, like a thick gel medium before I varnished if I'd like to. And I also believe in hindsight that the gloss Liquitex would probably be a little bit better for this. It'd probably create more of a shine. And this is almost when I layer in a lot of thick varnish here, it almost gives me a little bit too much of a matte finish on some of those petals. But all I'm doing here is I'm using the heat gun, and I'm just using a scrap trash crafting brush, and I'm just letting little drips lay on the petals in different directions, and then I'm just kind of heating that up. And the goal here is that when somebody's walking down the hallway or light hits the edges of the canvas in the showroom of the Carolina Classic Fair, that it kind of pulls the eye at least a little bit. The light will kind of fluctuate and glare off the surface, and you'll see a little bit of that eye-catching texture left behind. I only do one layer of this overall like textured layer varnish. over the original smooth layer. So just be aware, I could have gone a lot thicker with this, but it's just me just kind of experimenting, having some fun, creating some texture with varnish and not just a medium. I just want to make it clear that you could use a medium like a from Liquitex, like a paste or a clear paste of some sort to create that 3D texture that I'm speaking of. But that's not what I wanted to do here. The challenge was to just give it a beautiful varnish layer and just use a little bit of excess varnish to create that texture on those individual petals and some of those wildflowers coming up from the background there. So we're going to give this a few moments to dry here, and I will probably go around one more time and just add just a little bit more here. You could probably also do this texture type of thing while the panel or the canvas is laying down, which would probably be much easier. But I was already doing a vertical varnish as part of this challenge, and I wanted to continue that overall challenge throughout the video here. It's very simplistic, and a lot of people may think, that's not really much of a challenge, but you'd be surprised how many people do not varnish their paintings when they are done. And varnishing really does bring out the life of some of those acrylics and the oils, and it really deepens the overall painting. It protects it, and it makes it last a long time inside, whether it's your house or somebody else's house. This is a really fun process. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and we're going to go into some highlight and glamour shots of this in a moment. And the first thing that you're going to see is the wood texture, where the satin varnish is really just sitting down into all of the wood grain texture, and you'll really be able to see that layer, that initial layer in the grooves that I had spoken of at the very beginning of this varnishing video. Again, we are using Liquitex Satin varnish for this project here, and here soon I will be doing some more varnishing videos with gloss and matte. Now, as we finish up the last minutes of this video, we'll run into some glamour shots. If you'd like a print of this, make sure you hit me up on Pictorium.com, link below in the description, and it'll search for John Byerly. You can also hit me up on Etsy if you'd like a different print or a commission of your own. Some of those commissions do end up here on my YouTube channel. Look at the wood grain that left behind. The satin really did sit nicely in the wood grain, and it left an awesome protective, nice glistening surface behind. Whether you're trying a varnish layer for your first time or a vertical varnish, or want to use a little bit of varnish to leave some texture behind, this is such a versatile type of product. The water-based products really do work great for me here in the studio, and I look forward to making more videos like this for you in the future. Leave a comment below. Do you like this type of video? What kind of varnish do you use? Make sure to like and subscribe and check out these other videos. Later, guys.